We're back and ready for this week's challenge. I'm Hadley, back at the desk with Irie.
That's right. This week's challenge is going to be epic. Now let's take a look at this week's competitors. This week we have the head of history and the president of the past. It's Miss Lyman. Miss Lyman.
Taking on Miss Lyman is 8th grade student Austin Camden. Now let's take a look at this week's challenge.
That's right. This week's challenge is going to be epic. Now let's take a look at this week's competitors. This week we have the head of history and the president of the past. It's Miss Lyman. Miss Lyman.
Taking on Miss Lyman is 8th grade student Austin Camden. Now let's take a look at this week's challenge. Great job, guys. Thanks for being a part of Minute to Win It this week.
Hey, it looks like Miss Lyman won. Great job, Miss Lyman. Do you want to be part of the next Minute to Win It? Have your first hour teacher email Miss Mackey if interested. Now, one final shout out to Miss Lyman's class.
Good morning, Trojans. Welcome back to the most epic part of your morning. It's Minute to Win It.
You got it. It's a challenge where the time on the clock is short and the stakes are high. This week's teacher is a manager of maps and the guru of geography. It's Miss Sullivan.
And taking on Miss Sullivan is 6th grade student Riker Coons. Let's take a look at this week's challenge. Great job, guys. Oh, it looks like Miss Sullivan won.
Hey, good job, Miss Sullivan. Good job, Riker.
Thanks for being a part of this week's Minute to Win It.
Do you want to be part of the next Minute to Win It? Have your first hour teacher email Miss Mackey if interested. Now, one last shout out to Miss Sullivan's class.
Good morning, Trojans. Welcome back to the most epic 60 seconds of your morning. It's Minute to Win It.
That's right, the game where you have 1 minute, one challenge with a teacher and student. Today we have a legendary showdown. This week's teacher is the captain of chemistry and one of the only teachers that cares about lab safety. It's Miss Garrett.
And facing off against her is 7th grade superstar Brielle Ryder. This week's challenge is This Blows. Let's take a look. Great job, guys.
Hey, great job, guys. I think we have like a clear winner here. Hey, Brielle, good job. You did good, dude.
Thank you both for being a part of this week's Minute to Win It.
Do you want to be part of the next Minute to Win It? Have your first hour teacher email Miss Mackey if interested. Now, one last shout out to Miss Garrett's class. Welcome back, Trojans. I'm Irie, here live on location with Jacob and Katie for Fire Prevention Week. Now, what is so important about batteries?
Well, there's a specific type of battery that we're talking about. This week's Fire Prevention Week theme is Charge into Fire Safety Lithium-ion Batteries in Your Home. And you're going to see these batteries in no matter what kind of device. Smoke alarms, your smartwatches, laptops, computers, they're everywhere now. And while we love these devices that have these batteries in them, they're also pretty dangerous.
What do you want students to take away from this presentation?
So our three big takeaways are buy listed products. That means sometimes not the cheapest product, but the one that is the safest for us to use and recharge and enjoy. The second item is to use and recharge safely. So that means keeping it away from any combustibles, preferably on a non-combustible surface, hard countertop like granite or marble or whatever, away from anything that could burn, because when these products do go into the thermal runaway, they'll catch anything that's near them on fire. And then the last thing is to recycle them responsibly. We're seeing a lot of them in the recycling centers and garbage collections. We're having fires that shouldn't be started because of improper disposal of these lithium-ion batteries. So those are the three big takeaways, and all the students seem like they gathered it and they're able to retain it and hopefully broadcast that to all their families and their friends.
Awesome. You heard it here. Be careful with those batteries.